Hello everyone, let's continue with the same chapter, the story of village Palampur part 4. In the last videos we have covered how well the land sustained, modern farming and traditional farming methods, the factors of production and the facilities availed by the village Palampur. Now let's start with the chapter. As we have learnt that modern farming methods and the traditional method. So to continue with it, we will take Green Revolution. Now Green Revolution came to India or started in India in late 1960s. It was introduced to the Indian farmers to the cultivation of wheat and rice using high yielding variety of seeds compared to the traditional seeds. The high yielding variety seeds promised to produce much greater amounts of grain on a single plant. Because of the starting of Green Revolution, the people of village Palampur rewarded with high yield of wheat and pulses, as it is shown in the picture. Now, the next topic is division of land resources. Students, in village Palampur, we have already done that about 1/3 of 450 families are landless. Therefore, 150 families, most of them are Dalits, have no land for cultivation. And of the remaining families who own land, 240 families cultivate small plots of land less than 2 hectares in size. Cultivation of such plot doesn't bring adequate income to the farmer's family. So, we come to know that 1/3 of the farmers of Palampur are landless. Thereby, the other picture shows on the left hand side the big plots are being given and on the right hand side the small plots are being given. So these big plots are being cultivated by the large farmers and the small plots given on the right hand side are being cultivated by the small farmers. Now here we will learn about different types of farmers. Now in village Palampur or any village there are 3 types of farmers. One is the small farmer, medium farmer and the large farmer. So we'll take in the village Palampur, the small farmers are as shown with the blue color or the sky blue color. It shows that 80% of the small farmers are cultivating 36% of land only. Whereas the rich farmers are only 20% but they are occupying or cultivating 64% of land. It means more area is being cultivated by less number of people and those are rich farmers. Now we will learn about land inheritance. Inheritance means from the father to his sons. So I have taken an example of one farmer who has 4 sons and they all are farmers. So if he is having 5 hectares of land, so how it is going to be done? The division is among the 4-1. So that is 1.25 hectare will come to one son. Now we will take the activities of small farmers. The small farmer, because he is having a very small plot to cultivate. So first he does cultivate his own land and thereby when he is unable to earn more or he is unable to have that much of money, so he used to take that money from the rich farmer and thereby he is being hired by the big farmer so that he can earn the money or he can take the wages from by doing agriculture activities on the land of big farmers. So the activities being shown, the sowing of land, the harvesting of land and thereby when the farmers are doing work on their land, they will think because they have taken the loan from the rich farmers. They are thinking, how will I repay my loan with such small income? Because they are taking only wages. Some of them are hired labor, some of them are small farmers even and they have very small plot of land. They are doing work on other field and some of them are landless. So they are doing work as a hired labor on the land of rich farmers. And they are thinking, if my work here is about to finish or end, so where he will go to find his work? And the other is, I must work at 2 or more places to feed my family. So such a difficult circumstances they have to face. Now we will learn about big farmers. As I had told you in the previous slide that the rich farmers or the big farmers used to give money or as a loan to the small farmers or landless farmers. And they get the work done by these farmers as hired laborers on their field. Now when these rich farmers or big farmers are going to earn money, thereafter they spend one part of that money on buying the machine like tractors and the other things, and the remaining part they used to deposit it in the bank and earn more. Now what are the activities that are being done in village Palampur? Those are non-farming activities we are going to learn about. Now as it is shown in the picture, shopkeeping, dairy, manufacturing and different types of transport are being used there to earn the money. Now what are the other activities in village Palampur? As in the story or in the chapter, there is a story of Karim given. Now Karim has opened a computer class center in the village. And in recent year, a large number of students have been attending college in Shahpur town. Karim found that a number of students from the village are also attending computer classes in the town. There were 2 women in the village who had a degree in computer application. He decided to employ them. He bought computers and set up the classes in front room of their house, overlooking the market. High school students have started attending them in good numbers, and thereafter Karim started earning income. Now the next non-farming activity is the dairy. Now these people used to milk the animal, and thereafter from here they used to take it to the other villages like from Palampur to Raiganj and thereafter Raiganj to Shahpur, and there this milk is being put into the chiller tanks so that it will not spoil. And in this way the other non-farming activity like dairy, they are earning money. Now next is the manufacturing. When we are talking about manufacturing, what comes to our mind? In the picture shows the big refineries, the big industries, the big buildings and all that. But as we are talking about manufacturing in village Palampur, so on the right hand side I had shown you that what type of manufacturing is being done in village Palampur, like the small activities which are being used or done by the home laborers or family members, that is handicraft, that is cloth weaving, basket weaving or the candle making. Such type of small manufacturing things are being done to earn the money. Now the next is the other activities. Other activities, what are those? Like it is Mishri Lal. Mishri Lal has purchased a mechanical sugarcane crushing machine that runs on electricity and has set it up on his field. Sugarcane crushing was earlier done with the helping of bullocks, but people prefer to do it by machines these days. Mishri Lal also buys a sugarcane machine from other farmers and process it into jaggery. Jaggery is it's good. The jaggery is then sold to traders at Shahpur. In process, Mishri Lal make a small profit. That is, the first picture is of sugarcane machine and the other picture is that Mishri Lal is being making good out of or jaggery out of it. Now, we will learn about Kishora. Kishora is a farm laborer as it is being shown in the picture. Like other such laborers, Kishora found it difficult to meet his family needs from his wages. A few years back, Kishora took a loan from the bank. This was under a government program which was giving cheap loans to poor landless household. Kishora bought a buffalo as shown in the first picture on the right hand side. With this money, he now sells the buffalo's milk. Further, he attached a wooden cart to his buffalo and used it to transport various items shown in the other picture. Once a week he goes to the river Ganga to bring back clay for the potter, or sometimes he goes to Shahpur with a load of jaggery or other commodities. Every month he gets some work in transport. As a result, Kishora is able to earn more than what he used to do some years back. As a transporter, I had shown you that Kishora used to carry those things from one village to the other. So this picture shows that from Palampur he goes to Raiganj, from Raiganj he goes to Shahpur. Thereafter again he come back from Shahpur to Raiganj and Raiganj to Palampur, and this way he earns. And at last we are going to learn about all these, that how the different types of factors of production are going to work upon, or different type of the capital is there. Now the first example is of Kareem. The story, as I had told you, that he had bought a computer. So computer or the furniture he had bought is what type of capital? It is a fixed capital. And what is his working capital? That is money, computer, stationery. And what is his labor? He had hired 2 women. Those are, it is labor. And what type of labor he is doing? It's skilled with higher education. The second example I had taken is of Mishri Lal. Mishri Lal, he has brought a sugarcane crushing machine and equipment and installation to make jaggery. That is good, and that is the fixed capital. The second is working capital. What is the working capital of Mishri Lal? Money, sugarcane, jaggery and adhesives. Then it is third is what is the labor being applied by? That is the self and hired labor, as it is Mishri Lal himself is doing the work and one more person is also there being hired by him. And what type of labor it is? It is skilled labor. Now the next example is of Kishora as a dairyman. So he used buffalo. And what is buffalo as used as? It is as a fixed capital, because once he has invested money, every time he need not to bring the buffalo to milk the cattle. And the next is the working capital. Working capital in Kishora's as a dairyman is money and fodder. The fodder is the food for the animal. And the labor is he himself doing the work, so self. And the type of labor he is doing, that is the unskilled labor. It is not the educated one, so it is an unskilled labor. Now the last one but not the least, that is the Kishora as a transporter. So Kishora used the buffalo. From that loan he bought first the buffalo and thereafter a wooden cart. So buffalo and a wooden cart is the fixed capital, and thereby what is the working capital of Kishora? It is money and the fodder. Then thereafter what is the labor being applied? It is a self labor. Then what type of labor it is? It is a comparatively unskilled labor. So here we are going to wind up our chapter, the story of village Palampur. I hope that the chapter is clear to you.